someone thinks about buying a 3D printer while living in an apartment, the exact same concerns always come up. It's too noisy, it takes up too much space, and I'm worried about leaving something like that running inside my home. And honestly, a few years ago, those concerns were completely understandable. But 3D printers have changed a lot. Today, we are going to put those 3 myths to the test and talk about what really matters when choosing a 3D printer for apartment living. And by the end of this video, I will also share which printers I'd recommend for different types of users. If you started looking into 3D printing a few years ago, you probably came across machines like the Ender 3, the Anycubic Mega S, or even older models like the Anet A8. I'm not saying those printers were bad. In fact, many of them helped popularize 3D printing and introduce thousands of people to the hobby. But the experience was completely different back then. You'd receive a box full of parts and practically have to build the printer itself. You were constantly leveling the bed by hand, dealing with loose cables, struggling with the first layer issues, and listening to stepper motors making that unmistakable sound. If you ever tried sleeping near an older Ender 3, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It wasn't just printing your model, it was providing the soundtrack too. Today, most printers arrive almost ready to use. They come with automatic bed leveling, built-in sensors, self-calibration, much quieter drivers, and far more advanced safety features. So those 3 fears still make sense? Let's start with the first one. When people picture a 3D printer, they usually imagine a huge machine taking up half the room. But that's really not the case anymore. Today, there are compact printers that fit comfortable on a desk, a workbench, or even next to your PC in a gaming setup. There is one important detail though. The space a printer needs isn't just the space it occupies while sitting still. You also have to consider how it moves while printing. On bed-slinger printers, the print bed moves back and forth throughout the entire print. So it's not enough to measure only the width of the machine and push it against the wall. You also need enough room to load filaments, remove finished prints, perform maintenance, and open the lid or door if it's an enclosed printer. So before buying one, don't just measure the printer itself. Measure the space it actually needs to operate comfortably. Here are a few recommendations. If your priority is saving as much space as possible, I'd first look at the Bambu Lab A1 Mini. It's incredibly compact, very beginner friendly, and has become one of the most popular entry-level printers. If you want a larger build volume without taking up dramatically more space, the Bambu Lab A1 is still an excellent choice. The Creality High and Anycubic Cobra X also deserve a spot on this list, especially if you are comparing different ecosystems and exploring multicolor printing options. Now, even if it fits on your desk, there's another concern that shows up in almost every comment section. This is probably the myth that's changed the most over the past few years. Older 3D prints really were pretty noisy. Models like the original Ender 3, the Anet A8, and several earlier Anycubic machines helped build that reputation. And the noise didn't come from just one source. It actually came from the stepper motors, the drivers, the coolant fans, and even the frame vibration against the furniture. If you place one of those printers on a tight table or against a wall, your neighbors might realize you are printing before you did. Today, the story is very different. Modern motors and drivers are much quieter, but that doesn't mean today's printers are completely silent. The main sources of noise are still the motors, the cooling fans, and the printing speed. At normal speeds, many modern printers sound similar to a desktop computer under load or a fan running in the background. Of course, that varies depending on the model. Now, if you switch the printer into the fastest mode, it's naturally going to get louder. The frame moves more aggressively, acceleration increases, and the fans may have to work harder. And that brings up another important point. If you are planning to keep your printer in the same room where you sleep, it's probably better to schedule long prints during the day. Even a modern printer still have fans spinning, motors moving, and constant changes in direction for hours at a time. It's not silent enough to disappear in the backgrounds completely, but it's also a long way from the industrial machine reputation that older printers helped create. Another thing to keep in mind is the surface it's sitting on. A sturdy, level desk can make a big difference by reducing vibrations and keeping noise to a minimum. Now, let's talk about safety. A 3D printer operates at high temperatures. The nozzle usually reaches well over 200 degrees. Depending on the material, it can get even hotter. The heated bed also reaches high temperatures, so yes, it deserves respect. You shouldn't touch the nozzle, let children or pets play around the machine, or treat it like a toy. But that doesn't mean a modern 3D printer is automatically unsafe. Today's printers include several built-in safety features. These include thermal runaway protection, temperature sensors, fall detection, and automatic shutdowns in certain error conditions. The difference compared to older printers or DIY kits that rely heavily on user assembly and modification is huge. That said, no safety feature replaces good habits. Use a properly rated electrical outlet and make sure the printer is set to the correct voltage. Avoid cheap extension cords, flimsy adapters, keep the cables organized. Place the printer on a stable surface. Don't leave paper, fabric, packaging, or any flammable materials touching the hot parts of the machine. And performing maintenance whenever it's needed. Also keep an eye on the first layer. That's where many printing problems tend to show up. Another important consideration for apartment living is the material you are printing. If you're just getting started, PLA is usually the easiest choice. It's easy to print, requires lower temperatures than many engineers' materials, and it's generally that most practical option for well-ventilated indoor space. That doesn't mean it produces zero emissions though. You are still heating plastic, so it's best to print in a well-ventilated room and avoid running the printer in the same room where you sleep. PETG is another popular material, especially when you need stronger and more durable parts. But regardless of the material you are using, good ventilation is always important. Materials like ABS and ASA require even more attention and more controlled printing environments. It's also worth mentioning that many modern printers now offer remote monitoring, which can be a useful feature if that fits your workflow. So which printer should you buy? After everything we've covered, I'd break my recommendation down by user type. If you are looking to spend less and have limited space, the Bambu Lab A1 Mini is one of the easiest printers to recommend. It's compact, easy to use, and offers a respectable build volume for a wide variety of products. It's a fantastic entry point for anyone living in apartments. Just keep in mind that the build volume is smaller, so think about the size of the parts you plan to print before making your decision. If you want more versatility, the Bambu Lab A1 offers a larger build volume while still maintaining a compact printer. It's a printer that works well whether you are just getting started or planning to sell your prints. The Creality High and Anycubic Cobra X also deserves to be part of the comparison if you are looking for a modern machine with a generous build volume and multicolor printing options. It's worth comparing prices, spare parts available, customer support, and each brand's ecosystem before deciding. If you are especially looking for an enclosure printer, there are several interesting options. If you want a more modern user experience, an enclosed machine, and the ability to explore materials beyond PLA in the future, I definitely keep an eye on the Bambu Lab P2S. Another printer that deserves consideration is the Creality K2 Plus. It's also an enclosed machine designed for users who prioritize speed and performance. The Anycubic Cobra S1 is another solid alternative if you are comparing enclosed Core XY printers from different manufacturers. And the Elegoo Century Carbon is also worth looking at. One important thing to remember though, an enclosed printer isn't automatically smaller, quieter or safer. The enclosure mainly helps maintain temperature, keeps things organized and makes it easier to print certain materials. You still need to consider the print's overall size, noise level, room ventilation and the level of support offered by the manufacturer. If you are currently using an older printer like the original Ender 3 and Ender 3 V2 and Anycubic Mega S or another printer from that generation, upgrading to a modern machine can be a huge leap forward. And I'm not just talking about speed. You gain a long list of quality of life improvements and most important, you spend far more time printing instead of trying to figure out why the first layer suddenly stopped. So do those three fears still hold up? In my opinion, they make less and less sense when we are talking about modern 3D printers that are properly set up. If you live in an apartment, the biggest challenge is simply choosing a printer that fits both your space and your daily routine. In my case, for example, I keep my printers in my office. I haven't finished furnishing the room yet, so they are actually sitting on the floor right now. When it's time to go to the bed, I just close the office door and that's it. I don't hear them anymore. Now I want to ask you something. If you were buying a 3D printer today, where would you put it? In your office, your living room, or maybe even the laundry room? Let me know in the comments and tell me which printer you are currently using and whether its noise has ever bothered anyone else in your home or your neighbors. If this video helped clear up some of the myths, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We post new 3D printing content every week. See you next video. Bambu!